please say hello, Venerable Shen.
Hello, Venerable Sir.
Hello, everyone. So, Amy and did you already tell your mom that I would appreciate if you have separate video?
Yes.
And what did she say? No. Is that what she said?
Basically.
Excuse me? Basically. Okay, I'll have to talk to her myself. So, let's start with meditation right away. We can sit in a comfortable meditation posture. Make sure your back is erect, side cast down. And we can make the first determination in our minds voicelessly from now on. For 12 minutes, I will meditate on muscles and radiate loving kindness without any movement. From now on, for 12 minutes, I will meditate on muscles and radiate loving kindness without any movement. From now on, for 12 minutes, I will meditate on muscles and radiate loving kindness without any movement. And with that determination, we can gently, lovingly notice there's a flat piece of flesh at the top of the head. We allow it to be heavy. And changing. We continue in this manner to the forehead, eyes, nose, lips, chin, cheeks, ears, back of the head, we allow all of the muscles and sinews throughout the head to be heavy and changing. We continue to the neck, shoulders, arms, elbows, forearms, wrists, palms, fingers, tips of fingers, chest, abdomen, back, we allow all of the muscles and flesh throughout the upper part of the body to be heavy and changing. We continue to the buttocks, thighs, knees, calves, heels, soles, toes, tips of toes, we allow all of the muscles and sinews throughout the body to be heavy and changing. And we enjoy this heaviness. We enjoy this letting go. We investigate this peace. When we have established our mind in peace, we can share this peace with other living beings. May all beings in this room be in peace. And we can gradually expand our thoughts of loving kindness May all beings in this building be in peace. May all beings in this city or village be in peace. May all beings in this country be in peace. May all beings on this continent be in peace. May all beings on this planet be in peace. May all beings, including me, be in peace. Now, because the time for the sitting is finished, let's make the last determination in our minds voicelessly. From now on, I will always be calm. From now on, I will always be calm. From now on, I will always be calm. And with that determination, we can slowly, mindfully change the way of our sitting. And we can take one more minute, during which we will just watch what's going on in the mind. Great, very well. So I would like to invite everybody to come close to your cameras. You can unmute yourself. Today we'll be again reciting from the paper. Today it will be the last reciting from the paper. From the next class, again, it will be without it. So you can keep your hands together at the chest and we can start right away. Yamahang vadami tang vadetham. Aham bhante. I can hear only Jake. I don't hear anybody else. Okay, so you may speak maybe louder, everybody, or come closer to the camera. Aham bhante. Tisaranena saha. Pancha silang dhammang yajami. Anuggaham katva. Silang detha me bhante. Anukampang upadaya. Dutiyampi aham bhante. Tisaranena saha. Pancha silang dhammang yajami. Anuggaham katva. Silang detha me bhante. Anukampang upadaya. Tatiyampi aham bhante. Tisaranena saha. Pancha silang dhammang yajami. Anuggaham katva. Silang detha me bhante. Anukampang upadaya. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa.
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 Buddhang saranang gacchami, dhammang saranang gacchami, sanghang saranang gacchami.
Buddham saranang gacchami, dhammam saranang gacchami, sangham saranang gacchami.
Dutiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami, dutiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami, dutiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami.
Dutiyampe Buddham saranam gacchami, dutiyampe dhammam saranam gacchami, dutiyampe sangham saranam gacchami.
Tatiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami, tatiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami, tatiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami.
Tatiyampe Buddham saranam gacchami, tatiyampe dhammam saranam gacchami, tatiyampe sangham saranam gacchami.
Saranaгаmanang paripunnam. So, Taolian, can you tell me what is the first precept?
The first precept is not killing.
Yes. Panati pata vera manisikha padang samadhiyami. Tango. Can you tell me what is the second precept?
The second precept is not stealing.
Adinadana vera manisikha padang samadhiyami.
Adinadana veramanisikha samadhiyami.
So, Kanvan, can you tell me what is the third precept?
The third precept is refraining from sexual misconduct.
Yes. Kame sumichhachara vera manisikha padang samadhiyami.
Kamisuchachara veramanisikha padang samadhiyami.
So, Amy, can you tell me what's the fourth precept?
I don't really know it.
So can you just guess?
Not drink.
I didn't hear you. Can you come closer?
Not drinking.
That's close, but it's not it. So can you try? I don't hear you at all.
No drugs.
No drugs. Well, that's basically what Amy said. Anything else? Any other idea? Try something else.
I don't know.
No idea. Okay, so Tuiha, can you help Amy and that? What is the fourth precept?
Is not lying.
Not lying. Okay. So what is the fourth precept?
Not lying.
That's right. Amy, what is the fourth precept?
Not lying.
Perfect. Musavada vera manisikha padang samadhiyami.
Musavada veramanisikha padang samadhiyami.
Okay, so I will now ask Amy to summarize what is the fifth precept, because you've already said it.
No drinking.
Alcohol, yes. And one more thing?
No drugs.
That's right. No drinking alcohol, no drugs. Thank you very much. Sura meraya majja.
Sumayaya macha.
Sura
Sura.
meraya
Meraya.
majja.
Macha.
Pamadadhana.
Pamadatthana.
Vera manisikha padang samadhiyami.
Veramanisikha padang samadhiyami.
Tisaranena saddheng panchasilang dhammang sadhukang surakhidang katva appamadena sampadetha.
Samavate.
May you be happy, may you be healthy, may you soon attain the eternal bliss of Nibbana. Very well. So let's look at the homework. Let's do our recitation of. Let's do our recitation of Okasa. Yeah, so I would like to ask you everybody to unmute, and we will move on to the new recitation. It's not that new though. So let's do it in English today. So you can keep your hands together at the chest and repeat after me. Excuse me, excuse me, excuse me.
Excuse me.
In order that all of the faults, sabbadosa,
In order that all of the faults, sabbadosa,
done by body, kaya kamma,
done by body, kaya kamma,
speech, vachi kamma, or mind, mano kamma, disappear.
speech, vachi kamma, mind, mano kamma, disappear.
For the first time, for the second time, for the third time, patamadutiya tatiya.
For the first time, for the second time, for the third time, patamadutiya tatiya.
Completing 3 times, I respectfully and humbly
Completing 3 times, I respectfully and humbly
Pay respect and worship the jewel of Buddha.
Respect and humble.
Yeah, well, you have. Yeah, it's actually written here, so you can read from here. So let's try it again. Pay respect and worship the jewel of Buddha.
Pay respect and worship the jewel of Buddha.
The jewel of Dhamma, the teachings.
The jewel of Dhamma, the teachings.
And the jewel of Sangha, the community of monks.
The jewel of Sangha, the community of monks.
The three jewels and my parents and teachers, Venerable Sir.
Three jewels and my parents and teachers, Venerable Sir.
As a result, caused by my paying respect.
And as a result, caused by paying respect.
May I be liberated and free from all.
May I be liberated and free from all.
4 realms of woe, 3 periods of disaster.
4 realms of woe, 3 periods of disaster.
8 wrong destinations, 5 enemies.
8 wrong destinations, 5 enemies.
4 disasters, 5 kinds of detriment.
4 disasters, 5 kinds of detriment.
96 kinds of disease, 62 wrong views.
96 kinds of disease, 62 wrong views.
And I want to achieve the peace of path fruition.
And I
want to achieve the peace of path fruition.
The noble Nibbana, Venerable Sir.
The noble Nibbana, Venerable Sir.
Very well. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So now I would like to ask the organizers to share the homework. And I would like to ask Taolien, Mintuan, and Max to raise your hand. Yes, thank you. So let's start with Taolien. No problem.
What is Buddhism? Page 24, according to the myth, Siddhartha achieved the vipassana samadhi or absorption in meditation. Page 22. Bread and apparent have a well-meaning or powerful can protect a kid from the basic reality of pain in this life. How hard is it for parents who have managed to maintain this spiritual life for so long to let go of the kids they love and risk their getting hurt in the wider world?
Yes, thank you very much. Max? You're muted, Max.
Page 25. But every person who has a brain knows no amount of trying whatever finally prevent things from falling apart, collapsing, passing, and dying.
That's fine. Thank you very much. Well done. Mintuan?
Page 24, he said, to make the end of to the pain, frustration, disappointment, and suffering in life.
Nice. Thank you very much. Very good. Now let me share my note. So you're reading from the chapter about Buddhism, right? What is Buddhism?
Yes, Bante.
So my note is Buddhists usually call this interrelatedness emptiness in English, but we might better translate it as openness. Everything is open because it only exists in its relationship with other things. In other words, we exist only in our relationships, which are always evolving. All right, so anybody? Yes, Mintuan, would you like to say something?
Oh no, I forgot to lower my hand.
Anybody has any question, anything you'd like to say? Because today I have a lot of energy. Fine, so I would like to watch together with you some video. I would like to talk with you about bullying through internet, about problems with social networks. Most of you, as we've already here discussed before, have an account in social networks. It's very important to understand the subtlety of the mental influence that the people in the social network may have on you. The point here is that in the social network, you think that you're safe. So you share your private pictures, you share your private information. And if the other person shared with you their private picture and their private information, you would obviously not tell anyone. So obviously, if I do not share somebody's private picture and somebody's private message to me, well then of course they will not share my private picture and my private messages that I sent to them. Or won't they? And that's the point. So there is this idea that if I will not do something to another person, they will not do it to me. But unless they're your family member, so that you can grab them and tell them, what did you do? Unless they're your family member, you should not believe them. Because they're not to be believed. They don't believe you. So why should you believe them? And that's one of the biggest problems, that people share their private picture. Sometimes their picture of themselves being naked, or of themselves making a mistake, or being emotional and sending an emotional message, be it on the positive, so-called positive side, and on the negative side. The person just takes a screenshot and shares it wherever they want, for whatever reason. How will you stop them? You can stop nobody. You have zero power. The moment it leaves your phone, it is owned by the world, like it or not. The moment it leaves your phone, regardless whether it's to your confidant, that means to somebody who you believe is sharing with you their private things, so you should share with them as well, or whether it is published in YouTube or Facebook. Sharing with anyone through social networks your private stuff means that they have the power. You're giving them the power over that. You're giving them the full power, whether you like it or not. How do you give them the full power? Simply by inserting it into their device. Through your sending, it happens to be inserted into their device. Automatically, they just turn on their Facebook, or not even turn on the Facebook, and they already have it there. Already have it there in their email box. Already have it there. You have injected your private picture or your private message into their device by sending it to them. So is it your fault? I'd say it is. Of course, there is some law and they should not share it anywhere else and so on. But you love them, right? So you will never tell anybody else that they did something bad to you. Or you are compassionate, so you will not tell anyone either. So much compassionate, right? So that when the people start to share your private pictures or messages and so on somewhere else, you will not tell anyone. Because if you do anyway, they would probably say that you're a crybaby or something that you don't want to hear. And so you will not tell anyone. You will block them and you think everything's fine. No, it's not. They will start to communicate with someone else and they will do the same thing to the other person. So, how did you help the situation? By blocking them. You didn't really help. You just sent them to another person. So what's the solution? We never send our private pictures, our private messages to people who do not send them to us, first and foremost. But they may send it to us, but it's not true. Whereas yours is true. So the fact that the other person is sending you their private picture and their private message doesn't mean that it actually is their private picture and their private message. Maybe it's somebody else's, or maybe it's made up, or maybe it's created by the AI. You don't know. Okay, you are sending them your true thing and they're sending to you something that's not related to them. Most funny is when you're a gentleman and they're a gentleman, but you think that they're a lady. That's so funny. Or when you're a lady, you think that he's a gentleman, but he's actually a lady. It's a lot of fun. And they may actually ask you for some money. They may have a real serious problem and they seriously need some money. So if you send it to them, they will then take you to their place and they will bathe you in millions of dollars. Or will they? I remember when I was 18, no, I was less, could be maybe 16 or 17, a lady from Florida sent to me some message that she has some difficulties and that I definitely need to send to her some money. So I sent to her a huge amount of money in terms of the check understanding is a huge amount of money. In the US, it's no money at all. It's like $40. What? I eat that in my breakfast. But in the Czech Republic, $40 is like food for 2 weeks. You know, it's like in Myanmar for the Burmese here, and in Vietnam for the Vietnamese here. It's big, big money. So I sent it to her through bank. I never heard of her. I never saw her, anything like that. And the answer was, well, it's not much. Isn't that amazing? And that's it. Then finished communication. She was not able to milk from me as much as she wanted. We do not send money, to people that we know through internet because they are milking you. How many people do you send messages and ask them for money? 0, right? Why? Well, because it's not polite. It's weird. Like, why would I ask somebody else for money? You would probably not do it just because of your habit, but it's wrong. You would probably not do it even if you're on the brink of death. But they're doing it. And they're not on the brink of death. They have internet and they have internet connection and they can use their phone. They're not on the brink of death, not at all. So why do they do it? Well, because if they do it with 10,000s of people or 1,000 or even with 100, well, they will have a lot of money. Except that they do it with information that's not true. And you may think that, again, that's the funny thing. You may think that they're a woman, but they're a man. Or that they're a man, but they're a woman. I find that the most funny part of it all. They don't have to be anyone. They can be a totally evil person. They can be anywhere they want. But they just send you a picture, they send you a message, and suddenly you believe, oh, that surely is the person. No, there's no reason. Why would it be? Why should it be true? It doesn't have to be. People don't believe that it should be true. Did you ask them it's true? No, you're shy. Of course it's true. Why would I ask? But if you ask, well, they will answer whatever they want as well. So so email and WhatsApp and Instagram and Facebook and all these things and YouTube, we need to be very careful because people know that they have full freedom to send you anything they want. Anything. Unless they're under very big scrutiny, they will just send you anything they want. And they have probably addressed you, they have probably liked you or subscribed to you because they expect something from you. And what do they expect from you? It's very hard to believe this, especially if the lady or the gentleman are so beautiful or handsome. And they're so kind to you, and they're so nice, and they're so humble, and they ask you all these questions about how do you do, and how was your time today, and what about school, and the other things. And they share with you a lot of interesting experiences, so you feel, oh, I need to believe this person. But it's not true. It could be made up by AI. You don't know. And before, in those times, in my time, so to speak, but I'm still relatively young, right? In my times when AI was totally unbelievable, no AI yet, at those times already people were making up their ideas, their stories, their experiences. And they were so credible-like, but not really credible. So we always need to be very careful. And as soon as you have many subscribers, many followers, as soon as you have many messages and many contacts and many so-called friends, then there is statistical probability that these people will contact you. And there is a statistical probability that you will believe them. All right, because that's how they are trained. That's how they are experienced. If you're not experienced in return, well, then you may fail. It's like a game. Who will persuade who? Will they persuade you that you should send them money or share with them the photo of your passport or photo of your, what do you call it in the US, your ID card? Or send them your photo of yourself, naked or not naked, or doing things on the video. Will they win and you lose by doing this, by sending it to them? Or will you win and recognize, oh, you're asking me for private information, therefore I will now do only one thing to block you? But you don't say that. You block. Finished. Peace. So peaceful. I have blocked so many people you cannot imagine. My list of blocked people, so long. But of course, I have I have about 250,000 subscribers. So the people to block statistically must be bigger, must be longer list than if you have just about 1,000 or 10,000. So the more people know you, statistically, it is probable that these people who want money from you or your private information will contact you. It is simply so. That's the nature of the world. Now you need to be ready for that. And whenever the people ask you your private information, your ID card photo or your money or something like this, you need to block them. Because if you don't block them, you have lost. You are a loser by not blocking them. There is nothing you can explain to them. They already know all of your explanations. There is nothing you need to tell them. They already know it. You're losing your time. They're experienced people. Very experienced. And they have a lot of money. All right. So this was a little introduction to that. I had those videos, right? It'd be good to see at least one. Anybody has any idea about this? Anything you would like to tell me? Do you disagree? I'm listening. Or maybe you have some experience you would like to share. If you don't want to share here with others, no problem. You can share it with me by email. I would love to hear from you. sarana@gmail.com. You know, as for me, there is no way how I can get such messages. Because I don't read my messenger. Other people read my messenger, and then when they see messages like this, they delete them and they do not tell me about them. Because I have prohibited them to tell me about those messages. So I simply don't get those messages. I don't get to read them. But you know, it takes to have an assistant and provide the assistant with a monthly salary. It's not for free. So if you have an assistant like that, yes, then you're safer. Probably you don't. And I also use Messenger and Facebook very rarely, extremely rarely. Other people use my Facebook for me and my YouTube account and so on. So at that level, of course, you need to have higher security. You need to have stricter rules and so on, so that you keep yourself safe and happy. Because as soon as you start to read comments to your posts, when you get like hundreds of comments or thousands of comments, that is mentally extremely demanding. Previously, I did read comments to my posts, like in Facebook, and I would have like 500 comments. And then while I was reading those 500 comments and reacting to them, I would get another 500 comments. So I would like spend a whole night, a whole day, just and only reading and answering to comments. So I didn't sleep like this about 1 or 2 days. Then my donors, they saw me and they said, no way, cannot. We prohibit you from reading comments. So then I had to make a post where I said, so I'm prohibited from reading comments, sorry. And I had some other people who were reading comments to my posts. And then people learned that they can send me messages by Messenger. So they were sending me messages by Messenger, and there was a similar case. So I gave it to other people. And now I do not read comments to my posts. I simply don't know it. But there are other people who read those comments, so they inform me if there is a question or a contact or some idea or something important that I should know. But as soon as it is negative, I don't get to know it. I don't get to know it. If there is a criticism, then I will just like get the feedback like, oh, Venerable Sir, like the post you made is very dangerous. There are problems like this and that. And so I can then decide whether I delete the post or whether I avoid talking this way for the other posts and so on. So I do not really get, the exact messages because I have prohibited, they have prohibited me to read them and I have prohibited them to inform me about those that are negative. So it's both sides. So then we are all happy and I can fully dedicate myself to meditation, studying and teaching Dhamma. So things go well. All right, so let me see whether I can get those links. You can see here that I have definitely noted something, but it's not exactly it. Yes, so I see that I'm having actually 2 long documentaries here. So I'll have to prepare the other watching for next class. If you have any questions, any problems online, what you can do is you can tell me. You can send me an email. Or if you don't want to send me an email, you can tell somebody else. You can tell your parents, or you can tell your teachers. But better you do not tell other friends who are of your age, because they will not be able to help you. All right? And when your parents say, so delete your account, well, that probably doesn't work, right? But you know that you can always block that person. And oftentimes when you block the person, they don't know that they're blocked. They just send you messages and they think that everything's fine. It's just you are busy and you don't send them a reply. So oftentimes blocking, especially in Facebook, that's sure. In Facebook, nobody knows that you have blocked the person. They will possibly realize it when you do not reply to them anything, but it's usually safe to block. And it's just so much helpful. I can tell at those times when I learned that there is this blocking feature. Wow, so good. We of course are open to other people's opinions and to other people's feelings, but as soon as they start to force you to believe their opinion, as soon as they seem to be ignoring your opinion and your ideas, so you like send to them these links, you send to them these references, but it seems like they didn't see them, they didn't read them, because they tell you the things that you already have explained in those, through those links. So then you know, aha, so this person does not communicate with me because they would like to learn something from me, or because they would like to find out some common ground. They are talking to me only because they want to change me. That's their purpose. Not to learn or to cooperate or to be friends or so. No, they want to change me because they're happy changing others. There are people like that. Well, am I ready to be changed? Did I accept this person's friend request or message request so that I get changed? Probably not. So if this was not my purpose to change myself, well then that means that they are manipulating you. They are misusing your trust. And so they're a dangerous person, and so you need to block them. You never lose anything by blocking another person. I have blocked and unblocked so many people. You can block the person, they can maybe contact you some other way, and then you may decide to unblock them. See, block doesn't injure anyone in any way. Blocking doesn't cut off their hand, doesn't prick out their eye. No, it doesn't do anything. Many times I have blocked people who later I have unblocked, and then I have blocked them again, and then I have unblocked them. And then either I have kept them unblocked or I block them and I still keep them blocked. Depends. And anybody can do that to me as well. And it's totally fine. See, we have this freedom. We have the freedom to talk and to not to talk. We have the freedom to read and to not to read. Your freedom is 100%. As soon as somebody tells you, no, listen only to me, not to anyone else, well, then you know that they're an evil person. No, this is not how we learn information. We learn information from various sources, and then we ourselves decide what we believe and what we don't believe. If another person believes that what you believe is wrong, well, then please give me the necessary information that I need to have so that I can make a better conclusion. Not that I will not be listening or reading anything except to you. No, not at all. I will be reading and listening to everything I want. And you, if you think that I'm missing some important information, let me know. I'm ready. Then that works, and that's good. But oftentimes, people worry that you could learn something somewhere else that they cannot deal with. Well, then that's their problem. They need to be ready that there is information available, and they need to be ready to deal with that information. If they're not ready to deal with that information, then it's because of two reasons. One, because they just don't know. They don't know how to deal with the information. Or two, because they're telling you a lie. So if they don't know how to deal with that information, well then I would say, please educate yourself more so that you know how to explain to me the problem. See you later. And if they're telling a lie, well then block. Done. Very easy. So I would like to encourage you all to be strict, because as soon as you're strict, as soon as you're strong, then you can get through. You can get through these times that are very difficult. And I worry that things will get worse. AI was not available in those times when I still was learning how to deal with social networks. Now I have it resolved, so to speak, because other people are taking care of that. But when AI comes, it will be much harder for you to learn, because people will be sending you things that are so convincing, things that are so obviously real and so obviously urgent. Now you need to act. Now you need to resolve. You cannot wait. You cannot ask others right now. And these messages and pictures and videos and so-called evidence will be so compelling that if you're not ready, if you're not strong, you will just listen. And you listen one time, you send it to them, and you end it for your life. And I don't want that to happen to you. Because in my times, this danger was not there, but it was very little. But today, it's so easy. If you send somebody your private picture, hopefully you know what I mean by that, or your private message, well then, they can just publish it and 10 millions of people or even more will find out. And it becomes part of your biography. Think about Trudeau. What's his full name? Mr. Trudeau. Justin Trudeau. Justin Trudeau in Canada, right? Prime Minister. When Prime Minister Justin Trudeau was applying to be again re-elected as a Prime Minister, some of his haters found his video from his childhood where he is playing a black man and rapping like a black man. He's colored his face and he's playing a black man in a car. And he could be, I don't know, 16 years old, something like that. You send that video, you're done for life. It's a problem. Nobody cares whether you agree with it or not. Well, you need to apologize, but nobody really believes your apology. It's too late. Shouldn't have happened, right? But life is not like that. We make mistakes. So if you make mistake, well, then you make mistake, you learn from it. But you do not publish it, right? You know what I mean? So you do not publish it. Private things need to be kept private. You should not inject them into other people's device. So that's my message for you. Hopefully it will stay for you longer than for the next few minutes. I will see if I can find those videos that I saw. Somehow I was not ready. And we may see some of that next time. So it was a pleasure to see everybody. Hope to see you next week. May you be happy, may you be healthy, and may you be successful in everything you do.
Thank you very much, Monty. Everyone, please unmute. You put your hand at your chest and say goodbye, Venerable Sir.
Goodbye, Venerable Sir.
Yes, goodbye everyone.